So, welcome to this video about the state and dynamics of the universe. I think it's just a very interesting topic to talk about because they are just very interesting, connected, but also distinct phenomena, and I'd just like to talk about it. Because at some moment in time and space, you are somewhere here watching this video, maybe on your phone, on the toilet. I don't know where you are, you might be anywhere, but this might be a place. People watch videos on the phone, on the toilet. And you're kind of stuck in this toilet in being some kind of state. So we don't need to describe what kind of state, but you also have dynamics, and we also don't need to describe what kind of dynamics you have. But there are things moving, and you are somewhere having a configuration of matter, and kind of changing these configurations over time. But if we focus on the state, we are somewhere stuck in this now, in this state of the universe, where the future is still to come, and where the past is left behind us. Over time, this kind of bar will move to the right. We experience more future, and we also experience more past. But now, right here, we are stuck in this current moment of now, and that is quite interesting because we cannot actually see this progress of time, of movement. Because, for example, if you would look at a car and you would trace its path going from point A to B, it will go there, it will go there, there, and at the end it will go there and then achieve its destination at point B. But you will never see it being smudged like this over this path. So you always see it at one point of the trajectory, but never at two places at the same time. So not at point A and point B, which is also quite interesting if we look, for example, at a river, because you will see, well, it's a moving river, yeah, it's a moving river, but you always see this drops. You always see this drops going down. So you trace the movement of this river, and it's going like this, and like this, and you see the drops going down. But you always see this just drops flowing, but you never see them actually moving. You always look at drops going down. But the interesting thing mostly about this is the dynamics, because this river is actually moving over time, but it's changing through the dynamics. It's changing the state of the riverbed. So when it's carving its way through the riverbed, it is changing the state of the space. So the river finds its path of least resistance through changing through the state of the riverbed. So the dynamics of the river change the state of the riverbed, and the state of the riverbed changes the path that the river can take. This changes the trajectory of the riverbed. So there's quite some interaction between things that are moving and the things that are in some kind of state. Because, for example, you're also in the state on this toilet, and your dynamics is influenced by the state of having this door around you, having this toilet here. So you went to the toilet because you could do things there, and so your dynamics has been influenced by your environment around you. So if we, for example, look at this bar, where are you here with this bar here from the past and future? You're here one position and you had some trajectory, but this trajectory is influences by all the things around you. So when this thing is going there and is trying to collide with you, it's going to collide with you, might avoid it. And you're so then intricately connected with all the dynamics of the things around you. So it's maybe not good to look at it at something like this. You maybe better look at this as a 3D kind of fish tank, where all the movements are influencing each other, making the movement and changing the space itself and making these trajectories through paths of least resistance or just collisions if you don't really have a preferences of colliding or avoiding. But at this moment you can better see as this kind of space is vectorized as a potential to go to the future in some direction, but you never know where it's going. You never know where it's going exactly, only when you endure the future, and then it's a now again. But the main point what I'm trying to make is there's this intricate connection between the state and the dynamics, because on this current state of the universe, the dynamics are playing out and making pathways which influence the future. So you can still see these traces of the dynamics, everywhere around. So if you have this mountain, for example, you can see its trail up to the top, and it's quite likely that you will also follow this trail because this is done before, and so it's probably the path of the least resistance. On the road, for example, as well. And you can still see the traces of movement on the beach where you can see the footsteps, but you don't see the actual person moving, just like this car example. Broken branches, or you can see the history of a snail, of its movement path, by looking at this house and seeing how it is expanded over time, and the pressure of the winds, for example, the walls guide you also to a direction. But this is actually the state, so you can see the state in the universe is in, and this guides the movement on this kind of fundamental way, making the dynamics easy to come. So there's this kind of feedback loop between these current state and universe and the paths that the universe takes through this dynamics. And the dynamics change the state, and the state changes the dynamics. So it's a feedback loop, which is kind of weird also to separate from each other, which I've been trying to do at this past 10 minutes from this video. So it's kind of weird as well that I'm doing that. But it's the observer at this current moment, which can only see the actual space, the state of space. And so from this state we can decipher the kind of the dynamics, and we can change the dynamics. But I feel that we are quite often focused on the state of the universe, like what does this contain, what are the ingredients of this, and what is this and this and this and this. But we don't often kind of neglect the dynamics, even though they are so influencing on how the universe plays out. But at the end, it's kind of weird to kind of pull them apart as strongly as I did in this video. But it's quite nice as well to look at them separately. And I think in the next video we will focus on this a bit more. But for now, I want to say thank you. Nice pink color. Thank you for listening. Oh, well. Can I draw somewhere a smiley? Yeah, here I can. Thank you for listening. I hope you liked it. Well, comment in the video below if you are interested or disagreeing with some stuff. You can go to my website justintimmer.com, and there's more to read about different thoughts of me. Hope to see you there. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, that kind of stuff, and see you next time.